On Apple Valley News now, allegations of discrimination as the U.S. Department of Education opens an investigation leveled at Whitman College in Walla Walla. Plus, authorities say they stopped a drug trafficking ring in the Tri-Cities and seized a large amount of narcotics. And we'll get you ready for a foggy to sunny weekend. We'll explain in your First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling. Walla Walla's Whitman College is now under investigation by the United States Department of Education because of reports of alleged discrimination on campus. The Department of Education hasn't given any details about the accusations, but these investigations have become a lot more frequent in recent weeks because of accusations of anti-Semitic, anti-Muslim, and anti-Arab behaviors on college campuses amid violence in Gaza. We've reached out to Whitman College to get their response, and we'll have that for you coming up tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 6. New information tonight regarding the death of an Evergreen College student. According to the Washington State Patrol, the Thurston County coroner confirmed that carbon monoxide caused the death of 21-year-old Jonathan Rodriguez of DuPont, Washington. He died in an apartment Monday night. Authorities say 2 other students were treated for suspected carbon monoxide poisoning. The 20-year-old and 19-year-old women have since been released from the hospital. The State Patrol says the investigation of the timeline and causes of this incident remain ongoing. Carbon monoxide is a colorless and odorless gas. Vehicle exhaust, grills, hot water heaters, and fireplaces can produce carbon monoxide. Symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning can mimic the flu, such as nausea, weakness, drowsiness. It can also cause dizziness and confusion. You can protect yourself by installing a carbon monoxide detector in your home. New tonight, we now know the cause of death for Friends actor Matthew Perry. According to the Los Angeles County Department of the Medical Examiner's autopsy report, Perry died from the acute effects of ketamine. That's an anesthetic which also has been used in some mental health treatments. The report also says the 54-year-old drowned in his pool, but says that was a secondary factor. According to the report, coronary artery disease and the medication buprenorphine, all used in the treatment of opioid use disorder, also played a role. Perry died October 28th at his Southern California home. In his memoir, Perry talked about his struggle with opioid addiction. We're learning more tonight about an issue impacting 911 call centers in our area and around Washington State. According to Benton County Emergency Services, callers to 911 will not hear ringing on the line while waiting for a dispatcher to answer. Benton County Emergency Services says if you are experiencing this issue, do not hang up. Stay on the line until a dispatcher answers the call. Apple Valley News Now spoke with non-emergency dispatch this morning about the issue. The agency telling us that the problem is being worked on, but there's no estimated time for repairs. Let's talk weather. Jason Valentine is tracking your First Alert weather forecast.
Good Friday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day so far. Hope you have a wonderful weekend planned. So on our evening planner, we have mostly clear skies as we head into our evening hours, unless your city is being affected by fog. And we're going to see plenty of fog for the next couple of days. We're quite chilly overnight. We're going to be right around that freezing mark. So for the next 24 hours, now this is for the Tri-Cities, but this pertains to most areas, we expect to see foggy conditions into our morning hours, and our temperatures are going to be a little below the freezing mark overnight tonight, and our highs tomorrow are going to be pretty much on par with what we saw today. Now this fog will continue, and I know it says cloudy coverage there, but we have clear skies above us. Just that fog is going to most likely hold on tight enough so we won't see the sunshine too much this weekend. So air stagnation happening in the Yakima, Ellensburg regions, more foggy conditions, and a sunny weekend. I'll have that in my full forecast coming up later in the show.
The Biden administration says it plans to spend over $1 billion over the next 10 years to increase the salmon population in the Snake River. But this is stirring up a lot of controversy for supporters of hydropower and the dams. While President Biden did not call for the removal of the dams in this latest information, several tribes, including the Confederated Tribes of both the Yakima Nation and Umatilla Indian Reservation, say that's not off the table yet. The agreement was filed in Oregon and puts a pause into effect on litigation over federal operation of the dams. Conservation groups sued the federal government in an effort to save several species of fish and point to the dams specifically on the Snake River as the reason behind the decline. According to the agreement, the government says it will invest in new clean energy projects to offset the hydropower generated by the dams. But farmers and ranchers in the area say they depend on the dams and barges to ship their crops. And the Public Power Council says without the dams, power rates could rise up to 40% or more. Local lawmakers and Washington Governor Jay Inslee responded to the agreement today. Republican Congressman Dan Newhouse says the Biden administration is catering to the wishes of extreme environmental activists that do not understand both the importance of the dams to our region and the consequences of their proposed actions. Republican Congresswoman Cathy McMorris Rodgers says she has serious concerns about the agreement and adds it jeopardizes the energy, irrigation, and navigation benefits that support our entire way of life, and it makes commitments on behalf of Congress without engaging us. And Governor Jay Inslee stopped short of throwing his support behind the move after Thursday's announcement. He says he doesn't think the agreement is a conclusion, but, quote, it does make it much more likely that we'll have the information we need to make the decision. To learn more about the agreement, go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. Kennewick Police tonight announcing 8 indictments as the results of an investigation by the Tri-City Metro Drug Task Force. The investigation lasted more than a year. Authorities released this photo of the evidence seized during the investigation. The task force began investigating a drug trafficking organization with gang ties in 2022. Authorities say the drug ring distributed fentanyl and meth in the Tri-Cities area. The investigation resulted in the federal indictments of 8 people and the seizure of guns, 2 pounds of cocaine, 76 pounds of meth, 238,000 fentanyl pills, and $18,000 in drug proceeds. 7 suspects have been arrested. Investigators say 1 suspect remains outstanding. New tonight, the Kennewick City Council has selected someone to fill the council's at-large position 4 seat. The council has appointed Jason McShane to the seat. That happened at today's council meeting. The council says it will swear in councilperson McShane at its next meeting, Tuesday, December 19th at 6:30. McShane will hold the seat for the remaining 2 years until certification of the 2025 general election. Protesters in both Washington and Oregon regarding the Israel-Hamas war. Thursday night, more than 100 demonstrators blocked a bridge in the city of Seattle for more than 4 hours. The group Jewish Voice for Peace called on state lawmakers to demand a ceasefire in Gaza. One of the protesters, who has lived in Gaza, says this is more than just about stopping the violence.
I was there as a Jew. Everybody welcomed me into their homes, and I just want them to be able to live freely and with dignity and peace.
This is not the end. We are not going to let business go on as usual when there is a genocide happening in the name of Jewish safety, and our elected officials are doing nothing. Our government is funding this.
Members of the same group also shut down the Burnside Bridge Thursday night in Portland, Oregon. Protesters gathered around a large menorah as speakers on a microphone spoke to the crowd. Meanwhile, the U.S. urges Israel to minimize civilian deaths as they continue their campaign against Hamas, sending top officials into the region for meetings. Liz Landers has more on their visit to the Middle East.
Top U.S. officials are in the Middle East today as the war rages on between Israel and Hamas.
Thank you for your support.
President Biden's top national security advisor meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu in Tel Aviv, reiterating that Israel has a right to defend itself against Hamas, but also saying,
I have and will continue to state President Biden and the United States' commitment to preserving space for peace, for a 2-state solution where Israel's security is guaranteed.
This comes as President Biden says Israel has been engaged in, quote, indiscriminate bombing, and Sullivan is urging the country to scale back intense fighting and instead pursue a, quote, lower intensity operation. Sullivan also traveling to the West Bank to meet with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, who urged the U.S. to press Israel for a ceasefire. The U.S. Defense Secretary also in the Middle East, attempting to ease tensions after U.S. troops and commercial ships continue to be attacked by Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in the Red Sea. Meanwhile, officials in the U.S. and around the world have been concerned about the conflict spilling over into other countries.
We're working around the clock to identify and disrupt potential attacks.
And a potential terror plot was foiled after suspects in several European countries were arrested after authorities say they indicated they'd attacked Jews and Jewish institutions.
That was ABC's Liz Landers reporting. The IDF announced that they mistakenly killed 3 Israeli hostages during combat in Gaza. The agency expressed remorse over what it calls a tragic incident. New information tonight regarding lead contamination linked to recalled cinnamon applesauce pouches. An FDA official says someone may have intentionally contaminated the product. Jim Jones, the FDA Deputy Commissioner for Human Foods, told Politico the matter remains under investigation. According to the FDA, at least 65 children under age 6 have gotten sick after eating the cinnamon fruit pouches sold under the Wanabana, Weiss, and Schnucks brands. So far, all signs point to someone in the supply chain purposefully contaminating the pouches. According to the New Jersey Poison Control Center, contaminated spices are incredibly common. Sometimes it occurs naturally because of metals in soil, but other times it's intentional to add weight to a product. Lead is toxic to humans at all levels. Starbucks stands accused of retaliation against unionization, and that impacts stores in Washington. The National Labor Relations Board just filed a new complaint alleging Starbucks violated labor laws by closing stores due to union organization, including multiple Seattle coffee shops. The country's top labor body is seeking an order for Starbucks to reopen several Seattle stores and one in Everett and offer workers their jobs back.
This is my livelihood. I did take an hour cut when I had to transfer. I ended up having to step down from a supervisor.
In response, Starbucks denies allegations of union busting and says it respects workers' rights to unionize. If a settlement cannot be reached between the parties, the case is scheduled to go before an administrative law judge with the National Labor Relations Board in mid-August. If you're looking for something to do, we've got your ticket. Next, a preview of local events taking place in the region, plus a colorful convoy in Kennewick. You can see the spectacle that drew so much attention last night. And a mixed bag this weekend. Jason Valentine has the details in his First Alert forecast. You're watching Apple Valley News Now at 5.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Jeff Kreutz.
And I'm attorney Megan Changaroya.
Thank you, Tri-Cities, for voting us Best Personal Injury and Best Overall Law Firm.
We are so honored and grateful to serve this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call the law firm that has served Central Washington for 30 years. Call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone from US Cellular.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
We wondered, where do people do their banking? So we asked.
I bank at Hapo.
Hapo's my bank. I've been a member of Hapo since I was 10 years old, 60 years.
I bank at Hapo Community Credit Union.
I'm with Hapo.
You're not just a number there, you know, you're treated really well.
I feel like they're part of my community.
It's easy, it's convenient, and I don't know, I just love the people there.
I guess the question we should be asking is, where do you credit union? Join Hapo Community Credit Union today.
'Tis the season for big mattress savings during the year-end inventory reduction sale at Walker's.
Find your comfort on a new Beautyrest Black Hybrid or save big on Hot Buy mattresses. Plus, save 25% on Beautyrest Harmony year-end model close-ups. And say yes to no money down, no minimum purchase financing for up to 5 years.
Plus, get $300 of additional free furniture with qualifying mattress purchases, making it a season to remember during the year-end sale at Walker's.
Want $500? It's Santa's Big Give from Coca-Cola of Yakima and Tri-Cities. To enter, click on contests at applevalleynewsnow.com. $500. Santa's Big Give from Coca-Cola of Yakima and Tri-Cities and applevalleynewsnow.com.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Well, today marks just 10 days until Christmas. It also means you need to mail holiday packages soon if you want them to arrive in time. The deadline for Postal Service Ground Advantage and First Class Mail is tomorrow, December 16th. The deadline for Priority Mail through the Postal Service is next Monday, December 18th. Priority Mail Express deadline, Wednesday, December 20th. The holidays are getting closer and closer, and if you're looking for ways to celebrate in the Yakima Valley, Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell has you covered.
There are tons of events going on this weekend, and some of them are perfect for families wanting to take their kids on a magical holiday adventure. There's the Santa Claus trolley in Yakima, where you can hang out with Santa on board a historic streetcar. Or you can head to the Toy Train Christmas at the Northern Pacific Railway Museum in Toppenish to take a train ride to see Santa at the North Pole. Or you can hop in your own car to see the 4th annual Drive-Thru Holiday Light Fest at State Fair Park, featuring food, live animals, and more than 30 miles of string lights. And if you want to see holiday lights while making a difference, there's the Holiday Lights Extravaganza at Yakima Valley Museum, where you can donate $5 from your admission to any of 36 local nonprofits, each with their own special holiday tree. It's the last weekend for all those events, and they're all under $15. But if you're looking for something free, the Downtown Association of Yakima is having its first holiday market in the new space on Yakima Avenue. Or you can go to the Moxie Lighted Parade. Both are on Saturday. You can find more details about those events and others on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
The Lower Valley Christmas trucks brought some holiday cheer through Kennewick last night. You can hear them coming. There's usually no set route, but last night the trucks ended up at the Gisa Carousel of Dreams, where a lot of people gathered to see them. Tonight, the Christmas trucks will be joining the Granger Christmas Parade starting at 6:30.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday evening, everyone. Again, hope you've had a wonderful day today. So air stagnation, we're seeing it in some of our areas, more foggy conditions on the way, and a sunny weekend. The reason for that question mark, we have sun on the way, just this fog is holding on tight enough, and with this air stagnation now, it could be causing us not to see that sun, even though it is up there. So until 10 o'clock on Monday morning, we do expect to see that air stagnation advisory continue for the Kittitas and Yakima County areas. So that means that air quality is going to take a hit most likely this weekend, and this advisory could spread to other cities. It just depends on how bad it gets. So taking a look at our futurecast, this is what we're looking at. Clear skies throughout all of our areas into tomorrow, into Sunday. But the only caveat is that fog could hold on. Even if it's at 90%, it could be well high enough where we just don't see the sunshine, even though we have clear skies. Now, we've had some odd weather for the past week, and we're going to continue to see that into our upcoming week. We're kind of in the middle of two weather systems that are just around us, so to the north and to the south, and we're just staying right in the middle, kind of the eye of a hurricane, more or less, just no hurricane around. But still, with those weather patterns not near us, we're just seeing very average and calm conditions. So our temperature trends, they're going to continue to be just below or just above our average as we move along into our next work week, even to the first day of winter, which is Thursday. So what you see is what you're going to get. Upper 30s, lower 40s for the next 7 days. Look at this wind. This is why we're not seeing any change in our air stagnation, why the fog is prevalent for your weekend. Light winds into our next work week, though we could see a little bit of breakage on our Tuesday. So here's our almanac. We are just around our averages for this time of year. Look at this, though, minus 22 in 1999. My goodness. In Yakima, we're well below our average for our low and below our average for our highs. So still just kind of dealing with just cool temperatures. So overnight tonight, we do expect to be right around or just below the freezing mark with plenty of fog. So this is our coolest overnight period in a bit. As we head into our Saturday, do get ready for more fog, or it will look like cloud coverage, but plenty of sunshine up there. We are above the freezing level, upper 30s, lower 40s across the board. 7-day forecast for Yakima, lower 40s, upper 30s for the week ahead. Overnight lows right at or below the freezing mark. And we could see a little bit of fog for the Yakima area, not as much, but rain showers on Tuesday could be changing our weather pattern. In the Tri-Cities area, we continue to be chilly, upper 30s through Monday, then warmer next week. Overnight lows will get back above the freezing level as we get to next week as well, but still chilly conditions out there. And in Walla Walla, deep fog for the next weekend at least. And again, these rain showers on Tuesday might help flip the script on, well, this weather pattern we've seen all this week, and it's going to continue well into next week. Hopefully we see a little bit of a switch as we enter the holiday weekend next weekend. So for tomorrow, there's sunshine up there, but if that fog holds on, you won't see much of it. Have a wonderful Friday evening.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Feel sad or down most winter days, losing interest in just about everything? You could have seasonal affective disorder. More information and ways to combat SAD at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health, your 5-star rated hospital. This is how we care.
Hard to wrap, easy to give. Right now, save $30 on the GTA 26 handheld battery pruner. Find something for everyone on your list. Find yours at SteelDealers.com.
Santa baby, slip a sable under the tree for me. I've been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, a 54 convertible to a light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight.
There once was a famed country music philosopher named Joe Diffie who said, if it weren't for trucks, we wouldn't have tailgates. So this got me thinking, if we didn't have tailgates, we wouldn't have tailgate parties. And I'm pretty sure if we didn't have tailgate parties, we probably wouldn't have football. And if we didn't have football, well anyway, I'm just thankful for tailgates, that's all. Here's to a great tailgate season. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
December and the holidays are a happy time for many people, but they can also bring up feelings of loneliness, grief, and even depression. December is Seasonal Depression Awareness Month. It's the time of year when the days are short and sunlight is in short supply. People who already struggle with mental health symptoms are at the highest risk of intensified feelings of depression during the winter months.
They'll have feelings of sadness, maybe even feelings of hopelessness. Sometimes the people either feel like they want to sleep more, and sometimes they feel like they want to sleep less. People can find that they have changes of appetite. If it gets really severe, sometimes people can have thoughts of suicide or self-harm.
Psychiatric nurse practitioner Heather Morse says you should discuss any of these symptoms with your doctor or seek out a mental health specialist. Coming up on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30, we will discuss some of the ways you can protect your mental health during the fall and winter months. Now here's a preview of what's ahead in about 5 minutes on World News Tonight with David Muir.
Tonight, the messages of restraint for Israel.
We have expressed our concerns with the Israelis.
Plus, the immigration policy battle in the middle of the funding fight. More Americans turn to the most watched newscast on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Is your home in need of a remodel? Then transform your living space with help from Costless Carpet.
Have you heard about Costless Carpet's new Rhino SPC? It's changing the flooring industry. Durable, waterproof, with amazing looks that are blowing our customers away. Rhino SPC has 20 and 30 mil wear layers, making it more durable and easy to install. Costless Carpet stocks over 25 different visuals and has wide planked woods and 12 by 24 tile designs too. To find your nearest store, visit costlesscarpet.com.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Stan, where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot. Where could she?
Hey, everybody. I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone. You know, because she's an herbivore.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we want to remind you, your oral health is important. We know that life can get busy. Don't let your family's oral health take a back seat. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we offer extended hours. That's right, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. We want you to smile healthy and live happy. Find us at one of our 2 locations, West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
Tonight, the messages of restraint for Israel.
We have expressed our concerns with the Israelis.
Plus, the immigration policy battle in the middle of the funding fight. More Americans turn to the most watched newscast on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Your Seahawks are back on Monday Night Football as the Philadelphia Eagles come to Seattle for a primetime NFC showdown. The Eagles battle the Hawks at 5. Then stay tuned for Apple Valley News Now Prime Time. It's all Monday night.
Let's take a final look at the weather. Here's Jason Valentine.
Good Friday evening, everyone, and let's get you ready for your Saturday. This is what we're looking at tomorrow. We're going to be quite chilly in the morning hours And again, we do expect to see even just a little bit of fog for Yakima. Going to keep all of that sunshine away. Temperatures just a little cooler than today in the upper 30s as well for the Tri-Cities. Do expect to see overnight and morning fog yet again, and it's really not going to let itself release. So those light winds continue, and we'll keep an eye on air stagnation for other areas. That air stagnation again through Monday morning for the Ellensburg and Yakima areas. And it's been quite foggy for Walla Walla for the past couple of days, really all this week. It's going to continue tomorrow. It's going to continue on Sunday, and then what will appear like cloudy conditions, but still plenty of sunshine above us. I hope it breaks through over your weekend. And again, I hope you have a wonderful weekend planned. Have a great evening.
World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Apple Valley News Now is back tonight at 6.